had this to say about the Ben Johnson-Caleb Williams partnership in Chicago and how quickly success will manifest.
For Chicago fans, it is not going to happen in September. He has to erase a decade worth of playing a certain style of football and rebuild the habits. It is going to take, candidly, years. You know, Ben Johnson rocket shipped with Jared Goff. Jared Goff took 4 or 5 years of the NFL in building that footwork part of his game up. And so it's not like it's going to be impossible in October, November, December. It's just going to take time.
You don't like this?
I don't get it. I don't know how we know it's going to take time. I think that the Bears did a tremendous job in improving their offensive line. It doesn't have to be about Caleb Williams. Why are we making it about Caleb Williams? It should be about the cast of characters around him. It's about the offensive line. It's about the receivers on the outside. It's about the defense. This is one of the better rosters. I don't understand why he can't be successful. All he has to do is hand off the ball, play action pass, play to his defense, play to his run game, and I think he'll be fine. Now, what is successful for the Chicago Bears and what measures success for Caleb Williams? They're, in arguably, in my opinion, one of the toughest divisions in all of football. So I don't think we can measure by wins and losses. It's going to be about progress, him being mature with the football, knowing when to take the sack, and knowing when to get rid of the football. It's more about that than it is about him, learning the nuance of the position or the Ben Johnson offense.
Yeah, Bart, I disagree. I work with Ben Johnson in Miami. Learning how to play under center just takes time when you talk to quarterback. So when you think about last year, he was 29 out of 32 quarterbacks in terms of QBR from playing under center. And he struggled. This is not natural for him. Last year, Ben Johnson, the Detroit Lions, led the league with snaps under center. If you go back to college, Caleb Williams had a total of 8 snaps, which is unbelievable in his whole college career. So it is going to take a minute. Can he do it? Absolutely, but there are going to be growing pains.
But how are we doing this? How are we going to give patience to Caleb Williams, the first overall pick, touted as a generational prospect who now has everything around him, and we all agree. They fired the coach because that was the problem. They brought in a new coach. And I cannot remember the last time we gave the first overall pick this much latitude when it came to...
Jeff, I'm just telling you, talking to quarterbacks over 25 years, when you have to play with your back to the line of scrimmage and people like Bart Scott are trying to hit you, it takes a minute to get used to that. And I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying it doesn't happen overnight.
But what I'm saying is, why are we letting Ben Johnson off the hook?
Right.
Isn't his job and his responsibility? I hate these system coaches that can't adjust to the personnel that he has. I understand that he has to learn how to be underneath the center, but it's also up to Ben Johnson to be able to translate some of his offense to the shotgun position.
There's some other really bad habits. This is an unbelievable statistic. Last year, Caleb Williams rushed for 489 yards. He gave up 466 in sack yards. That means he was a net 23 yards. So
just tell us that you're not a fan without telling us you're not a fan.
I just go by what I see. He didn't play well. And look, could he have been coached better? Of course. Did they need better players? Of course. But not all that. Those 68 sacks part, not all those are on, right. Some of them are on him.
Yeah, but when you get hit in the back of the head early in the season, it kind of changes the way you believe in your protection. We saw that with Aaron Rodgers when Tyron Smith went down. It was a totally different thing with Fashanu on the left side. So I think that's every quarterback.
They get rid of the ball.
Well, somebody got to get open.
That division.
I can't put it all on him.
That division has a lot of interesting quarterback stories going on in it. The next stop for our sound off is going to be in Minnesota, where Justin Jefferson, speaking of patience, Jeff Darlington, he's preaching patience with his new quarterback, which is a redshirt rookie, JJ McCarthy.
You definitely have to have patience. He's pretty much a rookie. Last year pretty much doesn't count for him. So he's still new to the scheme, new to coming out here and throwing it to these different receivers. So yes, you have to have that patience. You're not really expected to him to have the same mindset as a veteran. You can't really have that expectation from him.
Jeff Darlington, are you skeptical of the success that the Vikings are projected to have this season with a redshirt rookie quarterback?
I don't know if I'm skeptical because I don't know exactly what the expectation. It seems across the board with the Vikings. I will say this, I am willing to have more patience for some reason, JJ McCarthy than Caleb Williams. I don't know exactly why that is. It's the fact that he had a season, Caleb had a season under his belt already. I just think that in the other regard, the idea of patience also feels a little lost on me because they invested so much in JJ. He's got so much around him. He's got the right coach. He's got the right wide receiver. He's got all of these things. He should succeed. Quite frankly, I've seen us not be patient with so many other quarterbacks across the league. With JJ and with Caleb, I don't really see the need for it.
Well, I can't have patience for JJ McCarthy because what they gave up. They had an opportunity to sign Sam Darnold for basically nothing. They could have went out and got Aaron Rodgers. And if they would have got Aaron Rodgers, no matter what you feel about Aaron Rodgers or with Sam Darnold, we'd have been considering with what they did in the offseason, we'd have considered this, one of the front runners for a Super Bowl. So now you got to ask yourself, what rookie have we ever seen take a team to the Super Bowl? I don't think we've ever seen one, right? So
take a team.
We're going to take a team to the Super Bowl. So now you talk about, with this roster, this is one of the best rosters in all of football. But if it doesn't have the play from the quarterback position, I don't know how you go and you beat Detroit. I don't know how you beat Green Bay. I don't know how you beat the Eagles, right? I don't know how you beat the Rams. And they had an opportunity if they would have just stayed with consistency with Sam Darnold. Despite whatever you feel about how he played at the end of the season, he deserved the opportunity to have another opportunity, in my opinion.
Mike, so if this is a Super Bowl caliber roster, and if they just kept a veteran quarterback, you would feel good about them winning it. Why do they make the decision? So how far can a redshirt rookie like McCarthy take a team like this?
Far, and I think it goes back to why they draft JJ McCarthy. He was battle-tested at Michigan, playing Ohio State. I saw him at probably a dozen practices. What Jeff talked about with the Cam Wards of the world, JJ McCarthy has that as well. A great presence, a big-time competitor. I think he's going to hit the ground running. We talked about all the work that the Bears did. You think about Will Freeze, Ryan Kelly, drafting Donovan Jackson, amongst others. I think he's going to play extremely well despite the lack of experience.
He threw the ball 15 times in the Big Ten. Like, we know just as much about JJ McCarthy, playing in the NFL as we know about Caleb Williams underneath center.
His best games were in the biggest moments.
Man, how many times did he throw the ball?
As many as he needed to.
He turned around and handed the ball and say, go, get him.
Aaron Jones is pretty good running back, too.
Man, come on, Stevie.
Like,
man, I don't understand because it's one scale for Caleb and it's a totally different scale for JJ McCarthy.
No, what I'm saying is JJ McCarthy.
You say he's ready because he handed the ball off in the Big Ten.
I'm saying he's going to have a really good season, and I think his growing pains will be.
But the expectation is the Super Bowl. They had a Super Bowl roster.
This is why I asked Mike the way I asked is because from a front office perspective, if you think he's ready to take your roster, which you see as almost a championship caliber roster, you're confident enough in him to say he can win this, we can move on from a guy like Sam Darnold. Isn't that what the decision making is?
100%.
They didn't do this blindly.
Yeah, and I think they just fell back to their process was why did we draft JJ McCarthy? We believe in him and his intangibles being coached by Harbaugh, and I think what they felt was despite the knee injury, they had no reason to move on, and not give him the job.
Speaking of second year quarterbacks, lastly for Sound Off, let's check in on Jayden Daniels coming off the best rookie quarterback season in history, but he still believes he has a long way to go.
The quarterback, we always say chicken egos at the door. And that's like the main thing that they heart because everybody has egos, everybody is selfish in their own ways. As human beings, I mean, that's just human nature. But for us, it's like, okay, how can I just go out there and take that away from me, push the ego out the way, and how can I be able to grow and get better? Because I still got so much to learn, and I'm striving to be a perfect player. I mean, if people were perfect players, everybody play in this league.
Talk about maturity. Yeah. This is, again, another very mature answer from a young quarterback. Bart, will Jayden Daniels be better, worse, or the same as his rookie season?
I want to say better just because his intangibles, his ability to skate, I think